Hey there, so tomorrow, the pen. Hey there, so tomorrow is my birthday. I'm turning 29. Oh my god, I'm getting old, but wiser. It comes with something positive. Here are my 29 things before I turn 29, which is tomorrow. First thing I have learned, people come and go, and that's fine. For me, it was very hard to accept when I moved abroad that I didn't have the same contact with the same people at the same level as I used to. And it was not an easy thing to understand. And then I met people here and we were friends for a while, but then I just lost contact with them. Maybe interest from their side, from my side of keeping that friendship. And I just didn't understand why, because I'm a person that if I become friends with you, I just think it's forever, no matter what. I mean, not best friends, we don't have to be best friends, but I just think that we will keep that bond or that thread forever. I have learned it's not always like that, and that's okay. The next thing is you can't get it always right. I mean, there's not much to say about this. Clearly, sometimes we are stubborn more than we should, and if we will listen more to the other people, we will actually find out that we can be always right, even though as a woman, we want to be always right. No, but jokes aside, I think not in every topic and not always you can be right. I mean, it's okay. So that's a thing I have learned, but I still have to work on it. I do like to listen to what other people's opinions are. However, I tend to stick a lot with what I think. Third, every decision leads you to where you should be. This was also hard to accept because I took some decisions which for me supposed to completely change my lifestyle, my life, the setting where I was used to live, everything. So when you take a decision, it's because in that moment you consider it's okay, and even if after a few days or months or years you question it, you're like, why did I take that decision? Hey, look, the good side of it, it brought you where you are now, and if you don't like it, you can still make another decision to just change it. There is no black and white, even though I tend to say things like that. You can always change. Don't save or keep things for special occasions. I 100% agree with this. Maybe because it was the way I grew up, you know. I grew up in a household where the good things, you kept them for Sunday. Or the good clothes, you would keep them to wear at church. You wouldn't wear them during the week. And I found myself that I do that with a lot of things. For example, if I get gifted something very tasty, I'm like, oh, I don't eat it now, I eat it another day, or I keep it for another occasion. I don't know, a good wine, biscuits, whatever, you name it. So I tend to do that with a lot of things, and that's not okay, because it happened to me that I really kept something for a special occasion, in this case, for example, let's say food, and when I wanted to consume it, to eat it, it was expired. So I was like, okay, so now I will just throw it. So don't keep special things or good things, whatever, for special occasions. Just enjoy it. Fifth, if someone wants to dislike you, they will always do. So this is quick. Basically, I realized that no matter, I am a bit of a people pleaser, so no matter how much I try to please someone or to want someone to like me, if they have a bad opinion about me or already a prejudice, they will still take that as 100% of what I am or who I am. And no matter what you do, you will not change their opinions, and it's okay. You don't need to be friends with anyone. That is another thing I have learned. So yeah, and with this comes the sixth thing I have learned. Learn how to say no. Like, I'm a person, it was it was and it still is so hard for me to say no. For example, I had the therapist, and honestly I felt like I didn't make any progress, and she would ask me like, is it okay how it's going, and I would say yeah, sure. It's very hard for me to say no, and I learned how to say no. I did actually this year a few times, and I feel proud of that, because for me it was a complete stress to reject someone, let's say. 7th, forgive others and forgive yourself. It's very bad to live with the feeling that someone betrayed you or hurt you and you're not forgiving them. I don't mean that you have to go back and be super friends with that person or whatever, but forgiveness gives you freedom, and if you made any mistake, you should also forgive yourself, because you are just human and the other person is also just human. So forgiveness is a very big thing we have, and we should apply it and we should use it. Moving abroad is not easy. This is the 8th thing I have learned. When I moved abroad, it was very nice at the beginning, but then responsibilities come, and things that you were not used to, they come, and it's like a slap in your face, and it's not easy. It requires time. For everyone is different, so I will not go too in depth with this topic. Well, together with the moving abroad is the 9th thing. Making friends, new friends in your 20s is a challenge, and I think it's a challenge for most of the people. I think it's especially a challenge in our generation, where I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of individualistic feeling, and with all the resources we have, social media and all this, it's still very hard to connect with people. Even though we have these tools to connect, it's very complicated to truly connect on emotional, mental level. So especially for me, it was very hard to make new friends, but maybe it was also because I was still attached to the friendships I had, so I was comparing it, like, this friendship is not like the friendship I have with my best friend, so it's not good enough. I think it's the deepest topic, and it's a complicated one, but if you are the same, you feel like it's very hard for you to make friends in your 20s, you are not alone. I think we are a lot of people that it's hard for us, and it's not okay. I think we should all work on this and see our flaws too, and how can we also be better friends or good friends. Talk to yourself as if you would talk to someone you love. Now I have another therapist. Finally I said no, and now I have another therapist, and this is what I learned to my therapist, because I was always not punishing myself, but I was talking very bad to myself with almost no respect. I always thought I'm the worst, and even if I did a small mistake, I'm not good enough. And she said, look, Carola, just talk to you as if you would talk to someone you love, as if you would talk to your sister, and give you advices as if you would be giving her the advice. And I think that's very wise consejo. It's a very wise advice. Oh my god, I didn't have the word. So yeah, I will be doing that more often. Nobody owes you anything. This is also very important, because I always felt like, oh, if this person helped me with something, I owe her something, or the other way around. So nobody owes you anything, and you don't owe anybody anything. You are your own person, and that person, it's her or his own person. So that was also very hard for me to understand, but finally I understood it, and I think that shows me that I'm making progress. It's okay if you need more time. Oh my god, I was struggling so much with this, because a bachelor degree that should have taken me 3-4 years, it's taking me, I'm on my 5th year. I mean, yeah, I only have 3 subjects left, or 4, but it's taking me so long, and I was like punishing myself and saying, oh my god, you're so stupid, you cannot do this, it's so hard. But why is it hard? It's not hard because I'm actually stupid, it's just hard because I changed my university. I moved from one country to another to finish it in that country, and of course automatically the curriculum is different. I have to do extra subjects, I have to do a lot of ECTs. So like, stop punishing you. It's okay if you take more time. And like this with everything, I would say. Talking about time, there isn't enough time and there is plenty of time. These two things, I always have like this feeling, you know, there's not enough time. But then it's also false, for me it's also false to fall into there is plenty of time. I think it's relative, no? Time is complicated. I think there is enough time for little things that you worry about every day, but there is not enough time to procrastinate and postpone it, like, I don't know, for years. I think if you really want to do something, you should do it and not wait for something better or something that might come or might not come, especially when it's not secure and safe that it will come. Let's see, we are on number 14. Your past and background don't define you. And this was also very hard for me to learn because, you know, if you progress in life, it's very hard. In my case, it was very hard. Why do I deserve this? And then I realized that I just deserve it just because maybe God loves me and wants to give me this, or he wants me here and I can do something better from where I am. I can progress. It doesn't mean that, I don't know, it doesn't mean that because of my background or my past or whatever, I cannot move forward. This is false. This applies to everyone and anyone that wants to be a better person. Commitment is everything, and it's really true. You know, it's not enough to say, oh, tomorrow I will eat healthy. No, you really have to commit to eating healthy every day. You have to commit to doing your homework when you say you will do it. For example, if you write schedule timeline for your day, and you say, okay, at this time I do this, at this time I do this, it's very important that you commit with that, because you are not only committing to what you wrote down, but you're also committing to yourself and proving yourself that you are serious about it and you can trust yourself and you can trust your criteria. And with this comes because I really try to do it, words of affirmation don't work. So for me, words of affirmation don't work if you don't put the commitment on it. If you just read some words of affirmation every day, but then you sit on the sofa afterwards and eat some snacks and do nothing the whole day. I mean, I don't mean a random day that this could happen and it's okay. You don't have to blame yourself for this, but if you do that for weeks and you don't change anything, and you don't commit to what you really want, then those words of affirmation don't work, because you are not working for what you want. At least for me they don't work if I don't commit to what they really want. This is another thing, so they don't have any order. I just read them as I wrote them, as they came to my mind. Stop being the victim of your story. You write your own story. And I think till my mid-20s, it was very hard to understand, because I was always putting me on the victim position, which didn't really allow me to progress and to change my life and to change my vision of things. I have to say that also commitment to sport and having or trying to have a healthier lifestyle helped me with this. But you write your own story and you are the victim only if you want to be. That doesn't mean that you will never ever feel like a victim again, because again, you know, we are humans, so this can happen. You can have a bad day, you can have 2 bad days, you can have 3 bad days, but if you let yourself fall into that victimism, you will not get out of there. And this, well, usually comes with falling into maybe some type of depression or anxiety, and that's not okay. I I mean, I talk to from my perspective on from what happened to me. This maybe cannot apply to everyone, and yeah, it's totally viable, but to me it happened. And as I write my own story, I don't want to be the victim. I want to be the hero. I want to be the main character. I want to be the kind person. I want to be a good person. I want to be a hustler, and I want to be whoever I want to be in the moment that I have to be, if that makes sense. Say what you need to say. I mean, this comes a bit hand in hand with that you have to learn how to say no. I have learned how to say no, and also say the things I need to say. Usually it happens that I keep things so in myself, then I don't say anything because I want to please the other people, and then I just keep them inside of me until I explode, and then it's horror, and that's not good because you harm yourself. I harm myself all the time because of that. Internally, that also affects me, so it's not okay. The opportunities will come when you are ready, and this is very true. I don't know why, but it happened to me, that you are like, oh, I need the job, or I want the job, I really want the job, but you don't know what job you want, or you just want something very bad and you don't know exactly what you want, and it's just not coming to you. And if you reflect a bit, you realize that you are not ready for it. To me, it happened regarding work. I really want this type of job, and I was like, but I'm not even ready for it. I don't have the time to do that type of job because I'm still a student, so I cannot do this. And everything comes when it has to come. 20th thing, not every failure is a failure. I used to blame myself a lot also regarding the university. For the first time in all my BA, after 4 years of university, I failed my first exam, and I felt horrible. I felt like I cannot do it anymore. I felt like that defined me, and that was bad. It was bad because I was not used to fail, and then when I failed, I was thinking I was the worst. Find your passion. I have to say, I didn't really find mine yet. I think I like a lot of things, and that's also okay, but I envy people that really have a talent or a passion and they can apply it on a daily basis or most of the time of their life. I am on the process of finding my passion. I have learned in these 29 years that it's very important maybe to have one, so I am in the process of learning that. A healthy relationship is not one without challenges. I have been in toxic relationships, and I thought a healthy one, it would be one that is no complicated things, but during my relationship as girlfriend and boyfriend with my husband, I really learned that every relationship has its challenges, but it depends a lot how you handle them and how you talk, how you communicate. I mean, there's no perfect relationship, but if your relationship defines itself as one as always fighting, having arguments on daily basis, then I don't consider that a healthy relationship. But also one that you never have a fight, you never have a disagreement, you never have something to discuss about, that's also not healthy for me, because there's something that's not okay. Be grateful. I think it's very important to be grateful in life. I'm grateful through prayer and through talking to God, sometimes as if I was talking to a friend, and it just makes me feel better. It just makes me feel more aware of all the blessings I have around me, and I think it's very important to be grateful. Being grateful also showed me that family is the most important. No matter what, no matter how good or bad your family, I mean, in most of the cases, excluding some special cases, I know that not everyone is lucky maybe enough or blessed enough. I don't know how to say it so it doesn't sound wrong, but family will be always there no matter what. No matter how many mistakes you do, they will be there to support you. And once you also marry, in my case, you build your own family, and that becomes the most important thing. The most important thing that you should focus your energy on and work on, and don't neglect it. 25th, if you don't ask, you don't get. And as in the Bible says, ask and you will be given. So it's true. If you don't ask, you will never get. And I was always like that. I was always a person that I would ask, or I would be curious, or I will question things. However, when I moved to Austria for my studies, I became a bit more introvert, because I think the language difference, it was hard for me at the beginning. I couldn't really speak German. And then, I mean, compared to Spain, also the culture is very different. For some reason, I became more introvert, and I stopped questioning, I stopped asking, I stopped being curious. So yeah, I think I have to apply that again, asking and being curious and questioning and building self-confidence, which is very important. 26, try to always be kind. You never know what someone is going through. I mean, you also have bad days, and it's okay. Sometimes it happens that you are unkind, but I try to always keep in mind to be kind, because I know I go to a restaurant and maybe the waitress or the waiter is not nice enough, and I always think, maybe he or she had a fight this morning with her mom, with her partner, or maybe a family member passed and she's not okay and she has to be here, or he has to be here. And you never know through what is someone going. So I think it's very important to remember that, to always be kind. 27th, what someone says about you doesn't define you. I think I already talked about this before. And the 28th, it's also mistake. It's not who you are. I think this goes hand in hand somehow. So mistakes don't define you, and what someone says about you or thinks about you also doesn't define you. The prejudices that other people have about you is their problem, maybe talks more about themselves than about you, and you should not worry about every little thing. Even though I know it's hard, and I know you end up worrying, I end up worrying, but maybe it's okay to have it noted down somewhere and just read it again, like the affirmation words. And finally, we are on the 29th thing. 1 year more is 1 year more or wisdom or opportunities. So turning 29, first it was like, oh my god, I'm so old. So 1 year more is 1 year more or wisdom or of experiences. It's 1 year more is just another opportunity to learn more, to work on yourself, to be a better version of yourself, and yeah, to still build yourself as the person you are. So these were my 29 things I have learned before turning 29. I'm feeling better now that I talked about it out loud. And yeah, if you're turning 29, maybe also this also helps you, or if you're in your 20s, it can maybe give you an insight of things that you will learn. And if you're more than 29, then maybe you can give some advice. So yeah, this is all. I hope you liked it and enjoyed it, and thank you for watching me. Now I will go and meet with my husband, and then I will prepare everything for my birthday for Saturday, where we will do a cowboy party, and some friends are coming over and we will have a lot of fun, hopefully. And yeah, that's it.